Hey, motorcycle people. I had some comments about this motorcycle. Man, I'm trying to do everything from pulling that carb apart. They want $350 from the shop to pull it off. And they said probably it sounds like my high intake or my heavy or the jet for higher end, the high end jet. It sounds like it might be clogged. Probably needs to be taken off. All the seals need to be changed and to do a carburetor rebuild kit. I think this is a 2007 250 KLX. So the carburetor is in a very tough spot to get to. You got to take part of the frame off, the seat, the air blower, the tank. I'm going to go over some things that I did, and hopefully somebody can diagnose this if I can explain it right. So when it first started up, I hadn't ran it in a few maybe 2 or 3 months, and it ran fine at lower speeds, but as soon as my RPMs hit 4 or 5, it would bog. And then when I would try to gun it and start it, it would bog if the RPMs got over 7. Well, I put some of that Berryman's cleaner, put some Tetraline in there, checked the air filter. The air filter is good, it's clean. I sprayed some carb cleaner down the air intake after I took the air filter off. That seemed to help a little bit. I've been running it. I went and put premium gas. I left the gas in there and I filled up with premium gas. So it's got Berryman's fuel system cleaner, it's got Tetraline, and it's got premium gas in there. I've been running it on the road, and for some reason I can't get, when the choke is open, I can get my RPMs up to 7, 8, 9. It bogs a little bit, but as soon as I turn my choke off, it immediately looks like it's starving for air. It's getting too much fuel, not enough fuel, and it bogs down. So I'm pretty sure it's not the fuel line, because it's getting fuel, and I've ran it almost a tank of gas, a half a tank at least, through it up and down the road. It just bogs when the choke's off at 4 or 5 RPMs and I give it the gas. It just bogs down. It will only run between 4 and 5 RPMs. And then if I open the choke at 4 or 5, then I can give it the gas. It'll slowly go up to 7 or 8. If I run it at 8, I can turn the choke off and it'll keep running at 8. But if I let off the gas a little bit, it starts bogging, it starts spewing and spitting out the muffler. I hear like a ping coming out of the muffler, has like it's grabbing or can't get air, and then it slowly starts going until it gets down to 4 or 5 RPMs with the choke off, and then it runs fine. So before, when I started it up, when I start up, when it's off the choke, it's like this. When I turn the choke on, obviously it idles high. Idling at 4. So when I'm running it, it runs better when the choke's on. I don't get any steering. When the choke's off, so now I'm getting it at least when it's parked. So when it's parked now and it's in neutral, when I gunned it, you heard the RPMs go up to 7, 8, or 9. It wasn't doing that at first. So the problem is getting better as I'm running more gas through it. But, you know, and everybody's like, take the carb off. Man, that carburetor is a pain. I mean, it is. Let me try to move over here and show you where the sucker's at. So the carb is right in this area, and I mean and then somebody said maybe just pull the tube at the bottom of the carb off and shove carburetor cleaner up there. And I was like, man, carburetor, or not carburetor cleaner, they said brake cleaner. And I was like, man, brake cleaner ain't gonna mess up the gaskets, and evidently it won't. I've checked with other people and they said, yeah, you can use brake cleaner up there. So why can't I just spray brake cleaner in the air intake to clean it? It seems to me that the most logical thing is I'm thinking, I don't know what the carburetor looks like, I've never had it off. I'm thinking it has 2 jets, a low-end jet and a high-end jet. And the high-end jet just seems like there's something either clogging it up or blocking it, and it probably needs just a damn wire run through it, but I can't get to it without taking the whole damn bike apart, which I really don't want to do, or pay the shop $350 to rebuild it. So if anybody's got tricks, someone else told me a trick they used to use is get your RPMs at 8 or 9 and then cover up the air filter, and your engine will starve. And he said they do that on the track sometime to clear out a blocked carburetor. He goes, if your RPM's at 8 or 9, as high as it'll be, and you immediately cut off the air from the air intake, it will cause such a suction in that jet, sometimes that will clean the jet. I tried that. Like I said, the problem is getting better. It's running better than it was, but it's not fixed and it's still bogging down. The only way that it runs almost normal is if I leave my choke on, and then it runs almost normal. But it's still kind of at 7 or 8 or 9, it's slow to get to 8, and at 8 it's slow to get to 9. But then if I stay at 7, 8, or 9 with the choke open, it runs absolutely normal. But if I slow down, choke off, hopefully somebody can figure out what the hell's going on and tell me the trick or the secret. All right, we'll end that there. Thanks for the input.